Hey everyone, welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks here on this Labor Day evening, getting set for the Buckeyes game here this evening. And what a day we had today. What a Canfield fair it has been. This has been well advertised. We started really kind of honking the horn on this over a week ago that the Canfield fair looks really hot this year. And the red line here, that is this year's fair compared to the last 50, going back to the mid-60s. We did not break the record. The record still stands 1973. 1991 is still in second place, but it was really close. We were only a couple of tenths of degrees below the second place hottest fair going back to the 60s, 1991. Our average high temperature this year about 88 degrees. We had Friday where it was only 81 because of the clouds. If the high had gotten to where it was supposed to that day, this may very well have been the hottest fair on record. So a real hot one. We're due for a cool one. We've had 5 above average fairs in a row going back to 2011. So we'll see what next year will bring. All right, today, of course, brought the heat and lots of sunshine. The radar is nice and clear this evening. We do have a cold front out here to the west. That cold front is sparking some showers and storms out across the plain states this evening. Here's the front kind of right through here. Now, it's going to take its sweet time rolling through, so we've got another really hot day to get through tomorrow before the showers and the cooler weather move in as we head into our Wednesday and Wednesday night as well. So we'll cover tomorrow real quickly here because there's not much to say other than, wow, is it going to be hot again? I want to just show you the temperatures here on the NAM model real quick. I think tomorrow will be very similar to today, perhaps even a degree or two hotter. The NAM would say by, let's see, this is at 4 p.m. We're in the mid-80s. That's way underdone. I think it's going to be 6 or 7 or even 8 hotter than that. So the NAM is underdone. Let's see what the old GFS has for highs tomorrow, just to show you that sometimes the models can be kind of out to lunch here, depending on the situation. GFS is, I think, a little more in the ballpark here. 89, 90 it's showing at 2 p.m., and typically our highs occur a little after that. So, yeah, I think 91, 92 is going to do it. Now, if we get to 92 tomorrow, it'll be the warmest day of the summer. 91 is our high water mark so far this summer season. We've hit that a couple of times. We've hit 90 a couple of times, or once, I guess now. Yeah, we've had 2 91-degree days, and today was the only day we hit 90 exactly. So, we haven't had a lot of extreme heat, certainly, over the last couple of summers. All right, let's time this rain then coming in on Wednesday. Here's the NAM model for mid-morning on Wednesday. If the timing were to be believed on this, and I think it's generally pretty good, it won't be doing much in the morning. There could be a shower in the morning. Best chance for wet weather maybe later in the day, Wednesday into Wednesday evening. There could be some thunderstorms mixed in here right through Wednesday evening. And then by Thursday morning, this front's still very sluggishly pushing through. So we're going to continue that chance for a shower into at least the first half of the day on Thursday. And then behind the front, you'll feel the change by Thursday evening. Wednesday's still a muggy day. By Thursday evening, the humidity will be coming down. Now, what about the possibility of any severe weather on Wednesday? This doesn't look like a great situation for us. The front's not coming through until Wednesday night, Thursday morning, so the frontal timing is not great. There is going to be some instability. Here's a look at the CAPE values, convective available potential energy. It's a measure of how easily air parcels can rise, form clouds and rain. And the NAM is showing about 1,000 joules here, and, that's a modest amount of CAPE. It's not certainly, through the roof or anything, but it is enough to lead to some thunderstorms. And I can't totally rule out that some of these storms get strong. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has us just in the general thunderstorm area on Wednesday. We're not in the marginal risk or the slight risk or anything like that. So the Storm Prediction Center is not real impressed with the severe weather threat. Thunderstorms, yes. Could a few of them get feisty? Sure, but it doesn't look like any sort of severe weather outbreak coming up on Wednesday. All right, I mentioned the end of the week, turning cool. Here's a look at that cool air mass descending out of Canada. The blues and the greens here. So here's Saturday. Saturday is probably the coolest day of the bunch. We'll have a hard time getting warmer than, I think, 72 or 73 Saturday. It's about 4 or 5 below average. Not exactly October-like, but it's going to feel a lot different at the end of this week and heading into the weekend. But this cool air mass is not going to stick around all that long. Notice the anomalies or departures from average here just sort of wash out as you go into next week. And by next Tuesday, we're probably a little above average again. We could touch 80 or so a few times next week. Notice the cool air is staying bottled up in Canada during most of next week. So we head towards the end of next weekend and next weekend. That's when that cool air gets released a little bit and comes south and east. And we do have a chance of turning cooler again for the following weekend. That would be the 19th and 20th. So a cool weekend this weekend. Next week starts with a warm-up, and then we may see cooler weather at the end of the week. And just for fun, real long range here, here's day 16. This is on Wednesday the 23rd, showing temperatures maybe close to average here locally. So, I really think I can say with a lot of confidence that once we're done with the 92, 91 degree day tomorrow, we're done with that kind of heat until next year, or perhaps later. But certainly in the calendar year 2015, it's very likely that we've seen our last 90-degree day once we get past tomorrow. It's getting to be mid-September, and climatologically speaking, it's pretty rare to see 90 once you're past about September 10th. So hang in there, one more day of this. Thanks to everyone who came out and said hi at the fair over the last several days. Got to meet a lot of great people who follow me on Facebook and on Twitter and had a lot of nice things to say about some of the things that I do. It's always great to, get some feedback on that because, I shoot these things out and, people comment and people like them, but I really don't know how people feel about them. And especially when some youngsters come up, their parents bring them up and say, oh, my kid is your biggest fan. That is really, really cool. And that's something that I look forward to at the fair every year. So we'll see you at the fair again next year. And of course, all of us here will be making appearances at other Valley events from time to time, but the Canfield Fair is the big one. Thanks to everyone who stopped by and said hi. And thanks, as always, for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. Go Bucks tonight, and we'll have more geeky stuff tomorrow evening at about 7:30.